to modern and contemporary dance. So, what do you think of the philosophy of pioneers of modern dance? How did they influence contemporary dance, for example?
That's been wonderful teaching in my dance history class at Ailey Fordham, and discovering and rediscovering the principles of teaching of Hanya Holm, who is one of the founders of American modern dance, coming from Germany. And so we have, just so for the audience, the pioneers, Isadora Duncan, Louis Fuller, but the founders of American modern dance, we have Martha Graham, with a sort of hard-edged technique with a contraction and release, and Doris Humphrey and Charles Weidman, who were concerned about getting away from gravity and the fall and recovery, right? And then Hanya Holm came from Germany, and she brought in the idea that movement is as important as music. So we don't have to follow music, and liberated the dancers with that philosophy coming from Laban. But what she really brought in is to give dancers their own voice. And rather than following a technique, she looked at the dancers and said, what is your special quality? And worked with that dancer on their quality and gave dancers agency, which is such a modern word, right? But it was all there in Hanya Holm's philosophy of teaching. And that her disciples, range from Glenn Tetley to Valerie Bettis to Alvin Nicolai, Beverly Blossom, they're all completely different choreographers and how they go about their work. And I think if you see a Graham dancer or any other type of dancer, you can say Balanchine, Graham, but if you have a Hanya Holm and that philosophy, she brought out the individual. And I think that is a contemporary concept where we can go back to that early modern dance and say, what can I contribute? What is that? And well, I have so much more to say about space and individual, but maybe that's another question. So, I think that this founding principle, and I think what is also important in our day and age, the idea of democracy in dance, right? Getting away from that hierarchical pyramid of the ballet with the principal, the czar, and the ladies in waiting, the soloists and the serfs, the corps de ballet. We have a community, and with Graham we have a leader and the community behind her. But with Humphrey somewhat, but with Holm definitely, we have a community of self-reliant individuals. And I think that is it is so hopeful if we bring that concept of modern dance to our understanding of being with each other, and not just in the studio, but on the street as well.
So is there's another question, is there a red line, do you see a red line between modern dance and contemporary? Is it right to say that modern dance is more structured and contemporary dance is more free interpretation and more fluid?
So when I came to New York in 1987, there was the 60th anniversary issue of Dance Magazine, the June issue that I found. And I opened it up, and there were the modern dance trees, right? And it really made sense that with the modern dance and the postmodern dance, the Judson Church and Stephen Petronio coming from Trisha Brown, and everybody was connected. And I think since then, contemporary dance builds on modern dance but it has street dance, it has jazz dance, it has all the other influences, all kinds of ethnic dances. And so I think contemporary is just what's happening now. And that those wonderful trees from 1987, I think they are wonderful to understand our base, our roots. But contemporary dance, I think there are so many ideas of what contemporary dance is that that's hard to pin down. I think in ballet you can say contemporary ballet and Killian, where I would say when ballet dancers go on the ground, not just in the end of the phrase, but actually get back up, that's contemporary ballet. Not just in the end of a variation. And Albrecht goes, woof, okay, and that was it. But if they go back up, that's contemporary ballet.
Like contemporary life nowadays. If you get up, we are happy.